General feeling is left.
Okay. I, Ian Bancroft, constituency Rexton, declare that the total number of votes given to each candidate was as follows.
Mae Ian Bancroft, swyddog canlyniadau etholaethol ar gyfer etholaeth Wrecsam yn datgan bod cyfanswm nifer y pleidleisiau a roddwyd i bob ymgeisydd fel y ganlyn.
Ashton Paul abolished the Welsh Assembly Party 790,790.
790,790.
Dodman Charles William Hendry, Reform UK 187,187.
187,187.
Griffiths Lesley, Welsh Labour 8452, 8,452.
8,452. 8,452.
Harper Carey, Plaid Cymru, the Party of Wales 4832, 4,832.
4,832.
Kent Jeremy Richard, Welsh Conservative Party 7102, 7,102.
7,102. 7,102.
Norton Aaron, the Welsh Independence Party 110, 110.
110. 110.
Ross Sebastian, UKIP scrap the Assembly 378.
378. 378.
Sly Timothy John, Welsh Liberal Democrats, put the recovery 755.
755. 755.
I therefore give public notice that Leslie Griffiths is duly elected as the member of the Senedd for the Wrexham constituency. The votes cast across the Wrexham constituency at the Senedd election held on the 6th of May 2021 was 22,750.
Felly rwyf yn datgan bod Lesley Griffiths wedi ei iawn ethol fel aelod o'r etholaeth Wrecsam. Cyfanswm nifer y pleidleisiau a fwriwyd ar draws etholaeth Wrecsam yn etholiad y Senedd ac yn halwyd ar y 6 o Fai 2021 oedd 22,757.
The total number of ballot papers rejected was 151. 33 were rejected because votes were candidate. 118 ballots because they were unmarked or void for certainty.
Cyfanswm nifer y papur 151. Gwrthodwyd 33 o bapurau pleidleisio oherwydd bod pleidleisiau wedi eu un ymgeisydd. Gwrthodwyd 118 o bapurau pleidleisio am nad oeddynt wedi ei marcio neu am ei bod yn ddi-rym oherwydd ansicrwydd.
Starting with this successful and winning candidate, whether they'd like to say any words.
Thank you very much, and I'd like to begin by thanking the returning officer, the police and all of the counting agents in this extraordinary count following an extraordinary election. I am so elected by the people a 4th term in the Senedd. I never took one vote for granted, and I and my team worked very hard for every vote, and I am so pleased to have your trust in me again. To my fellow candidates, I say well done. We didn't come across each other in this extraordinary regulations, but it was a very pleasant campaign, and I thank you all very much for that. The campaign, of course, was dominated by COVID and what plans we have for recovery, but the thing that came out the most for me was that people felt the Welsh Government had a calm and measured approach. And led by Mark Drakeford, they wanted that to continue. I want to say a big thank you to my campaign team, so ably led by Suzanne Lankervis, the agent. I've always been told that if you want something doing, you ask a busy woman. Well, Suzanne, that's absolutely what we do. So much to my team who've been so dedicated and committed. And lastly, I would just want to say thank you to my family and friends for this job without them, and I thank them for their continued love and support. Diolch yn fawr iawn.
Firstly, congratulations to Lesley on being elected as the MS for Wrexham. I'm absolutely proud to see Plaid Cymru almost double our vote share in Wrexham. I think it sends out a huge message from Wrexham and North East Wales, and we intend to build on that momentum going forward. Diolch yn fawr iawn.
I'd just like to pass on my thanks to the returning officer and all of the council staff that have supported this election today. I'd like to thank my team. This has been my first opportunity of running for such a high-profile election, and I've loved every minute of it, and being able to speak to the people on the doors, to hear their concerns and what they would like to see in Wrexham going forward. I would like to say thank you to all the candidates. It has been a pleasant campaign. We have bumped into each other, in very rare occasions. But the campaign itself has been wholly positive. So I'd like to say thank you to everyone for that. Thank you.
I'd like to add my thanks to the returning officer and the entire team, both here in the count today and in a series of cold and drafty polling stations yesterday. Thank you all for making the whole election process go so very smoothly and efficiently. I would like to also add my congratulations to Lesley Griffiths on her re-election, and I'm sure that she will serve the people of Wrexham very, very well. I'd like to thank my campaign team, led very ably by my indefatigable agent, Graham Kelly, who everything go very smoothly from us and from our point of view, and thanks to all the rest of the team. Thanks to my wife, and thanks to everybody who supported me. Thank you very much.
So that concludes the announcements for the Wrexham constituency, and we're following immediately with the announcements for the Clwyd South constituency. Diolch.
Well, that's myself. Yes. No, it seems to be a bit short. Somebody waiting.
Yeah, I think we've given enough notice.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
General feeling is they've gone.
Okay. I, Ian Bancroft, constituency returning officer for the Clwyd South constituency, declare that the total number of votes given to each candidate was as follows.
Mae Ian Bancroft, swyddog canlyniadau etholaethol ar gyfer etholaeth De Clwyd, yn datgan bod cyfanswm nifer y pleidleisiau a roddwyd i bob ymgeisydd fel y ganlyn.
Basford Barton Jeanette Stefani, UKIP scrap the Assembly, 522 522.
522, 522.
Farhat Lena Sarah, Welsh Liberal Democrats, put recovery first, 730 730.
730, 730.
Griffith Clare Hughes, Plaid Cymru, the Party of Wales, 4094 4000. Party 599 599. Hughes Barbara Ann, Welsh Conservative Party candidate, 7535 7535.
7,535. 7535.
Jones, Mandy Jane, Reform UK, 277 277.
277, 277.
Skates Ken, Welsh Labour, 10448, 10,448.
10,448. 1,448.
Therefore, I give public notice that Ken Skates is duly elected as the member of the Senedd for the Clwyd South constituency. The total number of votes cast across the Clwyd South constituency at the Senedd election held on the 6th of May 2021 was 24,342.
Felly rwyf yn datgan bod Ken Skates wedi ei iawn ethol fel aelod o'r Senedd ar gyfer etholaeth De Clwyd. Cyfanswm nifer y pleidleisiau a fwrwyd ar draws etholaeth De Clwyd yn etholiad y Senedd ac yn halwyd ar y 6 o Fai 2021 oedd 24,342.
The total number of ballot papers rejected was 137.
Cyfanswm nifer y paparau pleidleisio a wrthodwyd oedd 137.
And that finishes the formal declaration. So I'm going to invite, starting with the winning and successful candidate, them to say a few words.
Diolch yn fawr iawn. Thank you so much. And I'd like to begin by just paying tribute to the returning officer and all officers and the police who have managed today's count so well, and also the candidates. The candidates, most of whom have only met today, have behaved in such a cordial and friendly manner throughout this campaign. And certainly I'd say thank you to all, but please don't give up just because you lost today, particularly to Lena. Please do your best to follow in the footsteps of Kirsty Williams, who has been a magnificent public servant and a brilliant Minister in Welsh Government and a great colleague. I'd like to thank my agent, Frank Hemmings, who has led such a passionate group of Labour volunteers during the course of this campaign, with the campaign team comprising of people like Jackie and John and Luke and Dave, who have given so much time and energy to the campaign. The past 14 months have been utterly horrific for so many people in so many ways, but we've managed to get through this pandemic largely by working together in unity, not so much against a common enemy, but for a common cause to make sure that we save as many lives and livelihoods as possible. So just think in this part of Wales what we could do in better times if we worked in unity and so together in the years to come. And I do think here in the county of Wrexham, I think we have performed incredibly well by working together in unity across governments within our communities over the past 14 months. And I hope as we approach next year's local elections, we bear that in mind, because we do achieve and deliver far more when we focus on what combines our purpose rather than those areas of policy that divides us. I think also over the last 14 months, we've probably come to realise that much of what we believed mattered in the past really doesn't matter so much. What we wear, what we own really doesn't matter compared to how we like life, how we treat others. And there must surely be a greater purpose to the work that we undertake than just gaining wealth and making more profit, that we should put people and places ahead of profit, well-being ahead of wealth. And I think this will shape political debate in the years to come. There will be a greater purpose that will divide people, those who believe that what really matters is me, here, now, what I own, what I acquire, and those who focus more on the longer term, who believe that we must leave the planet in better condition than we inherited it, and that we must ensure that we leave a society that is more cohesive and respectful than the one that we were introduced to. Finally, I just want to thank the people of Clwyd South and also my friends and my family who have carried me through the last 14 months horrific time. And I can promise the people of Clwyd South and my friends and family that I will repay you double in this Senedd term. Diolch yn fawr iawn. Thank you so much.
Dwi'n just licio dweud diolch yn fawr iawn I pawb am eu pleidleisio I fi. Thank you all very much to everybody that voted for me. Thank you everybody today for a smooth running election and whatever we've had. And I just like to say, I think I've done very well. I'm a hard-working person. I would have done an awful lot for the people of Clwyd South. And I call a spade. And, you know, congratulations to Ken. We're in a democratic society. He won. And I came second. You know, really close. Well, not close, but very close. And thank you all very much.
Wel, ga I ategu diolchiadau yn bennaf, wrth gwrs, i'r swyddog dynodedig a'r tîm sydd wedi bod yn gweithio ddyfal gydol y dydd I gyfri'r pleidleisiau. Dwi eisiau diolch I Fasiant hefyd a y tîm o wirfoddolwyr sydd wedi bod yn gweithio'n galed iawn dros y blaid yma yn Ne Clwyd a llongyfarch wrth gwrs Ken ar ei fuddigoliaeth. Ond diolch yn arbennig wrth gwrs I drigolion De Clwyd. Mwy ohonyn nhw wedi pleidleisio dros Blaid Cymru tro yma o'i gymhariad tro diwetha. Mae hynny'n gosod seiliau cadarn I ni fel plaid wrth I ni symud ymlaen dros y blynyddoedd I ddod. Can I reiterate the thanks to the returning officer and your team of officials who have conducted the count diligently throughout the day. Can I also thank my agent and the team of volunteers that we've had as a party, pounding the streets as much as we can, but working hard over many months. Congratulations to Ken on his victory, but my greatest thanks, of course, is to the people of Clwyd South, more of whom supported and voted for Plaid Cymru this election than in the last election. So we're building on firm foundations, moving on to the next few years. Diolch o galon I pawb. Diolch.
Wel, diolch am popeth a diolch I pobl I Clwyd South, De Clwyd. It's been an interesting election and it is my first one and I really do hope it won't be my last. I've been extremely humbled to stand on behalf of the Welsh Liberal Democrats here in Clwyd South. It doesn't stop here. I will continue working and I have a lot to prove, but I would also like to extend my thanks to the returning officer, to every single staff member who's ensured a safe and democratic count, as well as to all my fellow candidates who've all done extremely well and worked extremely hard. I'd like to thank my agent who couldn't be here today due to an accident. Glenda, I really do hope I've made you proud. And I'd like to thank my membership, my friends, my family for putting me here. The Welsh Liberal Democrats won't stop working in North Wales. We won't stop working in Clwyd South. And you've got a lot to look forward to. The future is bright, especially with young people.
Diolch, I feel a bit like the Queen here, can't see over the top. Thank you to everyone. I've certainly been an interesting experience here. I'm the founding member of the Abolished Welsh Assembly Party, and I was delighted to stand in Clwyd South, mainly because of the staff at the local hospital who begged me to stop the this fear that's happening between the English NHS and the Welsh NHS. So thank you to those of you in Govan Hospital that took me in when I broke my back. It's been an interesting experience. I have to say, democracy has got many faults, but until someone comes up with a better system, I think we must carry on with it. But I look forward to representing the many thousands of people who would like to dissolve the Assembly in future elections. So thank you again to everyone for behaving so admirably in what could have been a rather aggressive election, but turned out to be held in very good with very good grace.
That formally concludes this session in terms of the Clwyd South constituency. Thank you, Diolch.
All right, guys. Yeah, all right.